Hello students, I am Archana Bhatt, lecturer in the Department of Commerce. In this semester, I am handling business taxation subject for you. In this session, let us discuss about the syllabus. These are the contents of your syllabus, that is Chapter 1 Deduction under Section 80, Chapter 2 Assessment of Individual, Chapter 3 Assessment of Cooperatives, Chapter 4 Assessment of Partnership Firm, and Chapter 5 Assessment of Companies. Chapter 1 is Deduction under Section 80. In the last two semesters, you already studied about calculation of gross total income of an SSC under 5 heads. That 5 heads are income from salaries, income from house property, profits and gains from business and profession, capital gains, and income from other sources. Okay. While calculating gross total income, you already studied something about deduction under section 80. That is, you already studied about deduction under section 80C, 80CC, 80CCD, etc. Okay. Here, along with that deductions, you have to study deduction under section 80D, deduction under section 80DD, deduction under section 80DDB, 80G, 80GG, 80GGA, 80GGB, 80GGC, 80P, 80TTA, and 80U. Next concept covered under this chapter is set off of losses and carry forward, and set off of losses intra-head and inter-heads of income, leading to computation of gross total income. So these are the concepts covered under first chapter. In the second chapter, we are studying about assessment of individual. Okay. In the last semester, you already studied about assessment of individual under 5 heads, as I already told you. Here you have to combine that 5 heads and you have to calculate the taxable income of an individual. Next, in this chapter, you have to study about taxability of agricultural income in indirect way. As you know, agricultural incomes are not directly taxable. They can be indirectly taxed. Okay, here you have to study about that thing. Next concept is taxability of share of income of Hindu undivided family and firm. Next concept is computation of total income and tax liability. So these are the concepts covered under second chapter. Third chapter is assessment of cooperatives. Under this chapter, you have to study meaning and characteristics of cooperatives, computation of total income and tax liability of cooperatives. Next, fourth chapter is assessment of partnership firm. Under fourth chapter, we are going to discuss about the concepts like assessment of partnership firm under section 184, that is other than problems on change of constitution of firm. Next concept is computation of firm's total income and tax liability. Next concept is computation of individual income of partners from firm taxable under section 28. So these are the concepts. Next, chapter number 5, that is assessment of companies. Here in this chapter, you have to study about computation of total income, computation of book profits and tax liability, that is applicability of minimum alternate tax, that is MAT. Next, last concept of this chapter is taxation of non-resident companies. So these are the concepts covered under this business taxation subject in this semesters. So let us start our first chapter in the next session. Okay, thank you. Let us meet in the next session.